All right, everything was good, but like you mentioned, number two, not so much. The 60 and 100 were okay. The 140, you basically flipped the beat. So just to make sure that you're following things right, remember, always focus on accuracy before speed. So if the next time you got to do a video send in type thing, what I want you to do is just perform at the point where the breakdown started to happen, like maybe back it off a little bit, because what's going to help me is being able to see like the faster pace that you could do. It is helpful to hear what you can do at the goal speed and see where the breakdown happens there, but I also want to hear like, well, how fast did you get it, and go from there. So now I'm curious. I think you said like 110 or 120 you were able to do. So now I want to see and hear, well, how does the 110 and 120 sound? Is it accurate? If you have the ability to put eighth notes on your metronome, so basically, so it's kind of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and put that on and practice with that going. Because what's happening when you were playing it number 2 at the faster pace is you kept drifting over, so this way you're hitting all these upstrokes when the metronome clicked. So that's something you got to ask yourself, when you're listening. And one of the biggest things you got to focus on when doing this stuff is listening to the metronome. So when you're doing upstroke stuff for these things, and it's supposed to be on the upbeat, if you hear that metronome clicking when you're hitting the upstrokes, don't keep going. Do not just keep going. You got to stop and fix it. Stop and fix it. Slow it back down, fix it. And remember, go up by fives. If you got the time, definitely do that. With number 2, because it's challenging for you, definitely go up by fives. So 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110, 115, 120. And then 125, 130, 135, 140, 145, 100. Wait a minute, I'm going way too far. Stop at 140, that's right. But yeah, so go up by fives every time you get it 100% right. Is it going to take a little bit longer than going up by 10s and 20s? Yes. But at this point, I feel it is necessary. Remember, anytime that you're having an extra struggle with stuff, you got to go up in slower speeds. So I don't know how fast you were going up in speeds here, but I'm just saying it just to make sure that you understand that that is the best approach for it. Regarding time and how much or how long it can take to do these things, so let's say number 2 from last time, forego the repeat. So no repeat while you're going up by fives. Work on that. Once you get up to, the higher speeds, then you start adding in the repeat. But just for the sake of time, try doing that. So going up from 60 by increments of 5 every time you get it right. Don't do the repeat for number 2 from last week, because I do want you to keep working on that. And I got 2 other things here to try and help lock that rhythm in so you're feeling the upbeat much better. We'll get back to legato, but I really want to get this polished up here. It's going to tie into legato stuff because, making sure that everything is being hammered on or pulled off at the appropriate time is going to tie in with hearing and feeling the upbeat appropriately. So, again, it all ties in together. So, number 1 here, we got all down beats being played for the first bar, and then all upbeat or upstrokes, and then it goes back to all down beats for bar 3, all upbeats for bar number 4. So hoping that'll kind of help more clearly identify, or help you more clearly identify the difference between the downbeat and the upbeat at the faster speeds. So here it is at 60. 1, 2, 3, 4. 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 140. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, number 2. Just working another angle for upbeat focus stuff. So I'm hoping that going your up down up here at the end of each bar is going to just reinforce where the downbeat is. So if you start to drift, hopefully that'll help put things back on track. Alright, 60 beats a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hundred. 1, 2, 3, 4. $140. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And yes, I'm gonna say it again because of how important it is. Focus on accuracy first. If 120 feels like a struggle to maintain proper rhythm, 140 is completely out of the question. Don't even bother with it until you get the slower speed perfect. Don't move on to the next one. So even if you're working on something where, let's say you start at 60, that went well, and then you go to the maintenance speed, the next maintenance speed of 80 beats a minute, and that goes well, good. Then you can try 100. Well, 100 starts getting a little tricky. Well, from that point on, go up by 5s. And if it seems like it's too much of a struggle to even get past like 120 when you start going up by 5s, starting at when you're at 100, back it off even more. Go back to 60, up by 5s. It's one of the best ways to really focus on improving stuff, going up in the smaller beat per minute increments. If we had the time to be able to do it, 1 beat per minute increments is the best thing, because those just so gradually going faster, so you barely even notice a change as you go faster and faster. Plus all those extra repetitions you have with what you're working on is just going to solidify all the mechanics, all the muscle memory, all that stuff so much better. So accuracy before speed. Don't push the speed until the accuracy is correct. I'd much rather you get a solid 120 versus a not so solid 130 or 140. So always aim for accuracy, get that first, and then we'll keep working on getting faster and all that stuff. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll plan on seeing you Tuesday.